Okay, everyone, it is Sunday, June 30th, and I wanted to give you a video interview using my new still camera, my DSLR camera. A view of what's going on in our garden. You can see our mammoth sunflowers. There's a flower. I'll walk around the other side, but these are really tall. I don't know if you get the gist of that. You can see the neighbor's house up and over. And I think I'm going to dub myself the random gardener because I didn't really pay attention to spacing plants apart in this bed. This is one bed right here in front of us, and it's just loaded with squash plants. And you could see there's a random, or it's not random, yeah, I guess random, a volunteer eggplant right there. I didn't plant that. I've got a lot of volunteer eggplants this year for some reason. And then I've got volunteer tomato plants, and if it was up to Kelly, he'd rip them out. And then these were a couple of plants I needed to move. There's the Hawaiian poha berry, and tomato is actually taking over. This is oregano that I ripped out from last year, and it didn't want to go, clearly. And then I've got some chives there in the herb bed. And as you can see, there's more. Now here is an eggplant I actually did plant right there, and it's really big. It's got lots of blooms on it. Although I'm looking at, I don't know what those black things are. See the black things on the flower? Anyways, I'll have to see. But more and more squash. And then you can look under here, and there's watermelon. See that watermelon there. There's another one there. I only planted one watermelon seed, so I've got watermelons, lots of watermelons. So that was probably, I think I paid $1/4 for the seed. I'll have 4 or 5 watermelon. And again, the squash is a little out of control. My bad. And then I planted these giant mammoth sunflowers, and there's the first one, and I think the flower is going to get much bigger, or maybe the mammoth is the height and not the size of the flower, but that's beautiful. But boy, that's high up there, isn't it? And when I come home in the afternoon, usually the plant is facing the other way. So, and you see I put scare tape on it when the plant was this tall to scare the finches away, because they're eating the leaves. You can see the leaves have been eaten here, and somebody recommended scare tape, but you can see some of those other leaves are being eaten, and I'd have to get up on a ladder, I think. I don't know whether I'm going to do that or not. There's something up there. Anyway, so that's what's going on there. My poor little asparagus plant, I shouldn't have planted these. And you can see I planted these sunflowers all too close, but here's these smaller ones. We'll see if they put out a flower. I think that one will. So I've got 4 sunflowers, and I moved the poha berry. That looks like a poha berry, though. Well, we'll just see. My poor little asparagus. That was stupid. That's an asparagus plant also that I planted, but not at the same time. And then here is some butternut squash. That's what mostly all this is butternut squash. So I hope my local friends like butternut squash. We put this trellis up for snap peas to climb on, and they really weren't doing too well, and they weren't doing well before I planted the squash, but I don't know, I think it's pretty much a lost cause. So I am going to trellis. You can't even see the snap peas. I am going to let the squash grow, because I've always been curious, thinking that the fruit would be too heavy to hang on the trellis, but it's going, so I'm going to let it go. And I'll probably, and these are all Kelly's tomato plants. If it was up to him, our whole garden would be tomatoes, but it's not. And you can see some onions. These little red onions, I don't know why they're so little, if that's the variety. There's another volunteer eggplant. 1, 2, 3 eggplant. There's a poha berry that I transplanted. This is supposed to be okra. This one right there is eggplant, you could tell. That's an okra. That looks like eggplant. That's okra, not doing so good. So I think I'm going to plant snap peas on the other side of this bed, put another trellis up and try to get some more snap peas going. And you can see more red onions here. And all those blossoms, every blossom means a piece of fruit. So, like I said, I'm going to have a lot of squash. And then this is potatoes. This whole bed, potatoes are, they're just really, they're interesting. This is our first year growing them. And that's Kelly's experiment. And they're really delicious, of course. garden grown. Then here's my blueberries. We've got 3 pots of blueberries, 1, 2, 3, and I've already taken 1 harvest. And the birds are out, so we got to shoo them away. And then I've got my little dwarf Myers lemon here that's set out a lot of fruit, got a lot of blooms on it. And then here is our passion fruit. Look at all those fruit. And of course, the flowers are just beautiful. You can see they're really beautiful. And this whole hedge is just full of flowers and fruit. And this, we give a lot of these away. This fruit is about $8 a pound here locally. It's a tropical fruit, but like I said, we give most of it away because we always have more than we can use. So anyways, that's what's going on in our front yard garden here in San Diego. You can see those sunflowers well up above our roof line. And stay tuned. We'll keep you posted. Thanks for watching.